Well, hello today. I really meant to get on here a bit sooner. I had something important to mention, but my lady's condition been not too well lately. But anyways, I learned from a neighbor that another neighbor, well, supposed neighbor, had set up a GoFundMe account for the people of Greenview Apartments. Now, he said that once they raised about $8,000, they took off. And he believes they're still using it. Now, I don't know who they are, but I'm sure Josh over there across from me, well, they got the numbers all down, but D building, it'd be east side, center stairs, top right. You'll find Josh, and he'll know what apartments, and I assume he'll know what names. If he doesn't know the names, well, then we got Jennifer over here. Oh, by the way, Josh used to be a maintenance man here, so he knows. But Jennifer in G building, she's upstairs. It'd be the southwest corner. She used to be the manager here, so she may very well know the names. But if not, well, then there's the current and original old maintenance man, Mark. I believe he's in F building now, and I want to say the northwest corner upper apartment. At least that's where I saw him hanging out a window at, talking to some plumbers that were working on a flooding problem. Apparently, at least from what I was told, there was about 4 apartments over there flooded with a few inches of water. And I said, sounds like a broken drain. She said, yeah, that's what it was. Well, I'm going by a little bit of hearsay, she's just another neighbor. But at any rate, just another sign of what I've been saying all along. These buildings need to be torn down and rebuilt. Um, I found some new black mold in a spot where they changed the leak, but that was just the top part of the faucet. The whole parts that needed to be replaced, they didn't do that. It's still leaking down the bottom really bad. But at any rate, seems to me it'd be a simple matter. Get here now, because the people you need to find out the names from, well, they're here, and you could probably get their faces on TV pretty dang quick. And my gut says that someone's going to call pretty dang quick after that. And my gut says you'll probably catch him with a whole lot of money meant for the Greenview Apartments. Which, that would include me and my lady here. But who knows how much that'd be? It'd be a help anyways, that's for sure. Now, there's some real police work right there. So instead of thinking I'm the bad guy, which I'm not, and heck, the top mental health doctor at Swedish Edmonds Hospital can verify that. Why else would she put my lady in my care, requiring me to stay home 24/7? It was either that or send her to another facility. Well, another facility, sure, they're going to have a lot of nurses and doctors and whatnot. But the top mental health professional at Swiss Edmonds believed sending her home with me, as long as I agreed to stay home 24/7, was the best thing for her. Well, what's that tell you? Yeah, I know her pretty well, real well. Took me well more than a decade to get it down. This is I keep forgetting to look up here. This is one evil disorder. It's the worst one you could have. Like I said before, these people live in hell every single day of their life. It's all in their mind, but it's still hell. It is still hell. And the fact that we found that Librium, at least in my lady's case, and this may vary from person to person, I would imagine depending on metabolism, which leads me to say again, if I haven't said it before, and I think I did, but if I haven't, I believe everybody should go to their doctor and get a metabolical check. Find out what family traits are running through them that may be affecting their health, or at least find out the traits as to maybe you're one of those where something seems to work for a lot of other people, but it don't do anything for you, or it does a lot of bad stuff for you. Could be because of your metabolical state. So if everybody got on that idea and got checked for it, maybe you find out what really works for you. And well, maybe a lot of other things will get discovered, and I keep forgetting to look up here, get discovered in the meantime. So whether this works for others, I would imagine anybody that's pretty close to the same, let's say, maybe their variation is just a little off. Maybe Librium will work for them as well, because Librium just knocks this disorder down to the ground as far as my lady goes. I was able to spend one day with her. One day, over 16 and a half years, where, and I hate to use the term, but where she was normal. There was no sign of disorder. With a boot on her foot from a broken ankle, she kept an absolutely amazing pace when we walked around the apartments, and we did walked it twice that day. She never walked like that before. She always walked slow. And here this one day, boy, she was keeping my pace. And that was with a boot, with a broken ankle. And boy, she could just walk like it wasn't bothering her. And it was all day long, every conversation we had, not once did it ever go into a direction that was some, I don't know what to say, just some weird direction from some obscure thing going on in her mind at the time. But not once did that happen that day. No voices in her head, no talking to herself, absolutely no sign of the disorder whatsoever. And I've got a doctor on paper saying she needs to be on it. And I'm pretty sure he talked to that Dr. Graichi in Edmonds Hospital. It would make sense to me. He knows that, she has the mental condition. So it makes perfect sense to me that he would have consulted with her before putting her on it, considering everybody else is too paranoid to do it. We go, oh, it's addictive. It's addictive. Oh my God. We're talking about the people who live in hell every single day of their life. What in the hell does addiction matter to them? It don't. Give them what makes them well. That's a no-brainer. You're allowing people to suffer in hell because you're afraid of an addiction. It just boggles my mind. Myself, God, I could even understand the paranoia for what I need. I deal with pain every freaking day. And they don't give me much for it. Not what really works. Speaking of that, I may have mentioned this one before. All these things are certainly worth repeating. I used not, well, I still don't for the most part trust over the counter. it just doesn't work for me. It never has. I've tried many, many things when I get a cold, and that sore throat and runny nose, and God, you be blowing your nose and wiping it all the time, and your nose gets all red and kind of, I don't want to say scabby, but you know what I'm talking about, how it gets. And so I went to work one day at a place I was working. Um, Married couple ran it, and I showed up sick. Well, I had to work, and they started telling me about this one, and they kept saying, "Oh, it works, works." I said, "I ain't wasting my money. Maybe it works for you. It ain't gonna work for me. I've tried so many things, and it's all just been money down the drain." The only thing at that time I really trusted was Visine, and even that had to be the original. Um, it seems like I'm off center. I don't know why that is. Maybe no. It's weird. That's weird. Anyways, I'll get used to this thing eventually, I guess. But anyways, they kept on. I kept on, no, and finally they just said, "Hey, if you want to work tonight, you go get it." Well, I wanted to work, so I went and got it, and boy, was I glad I did. Maximum strength contact. Wouldn't have believed it. Thought I tried it before, but maybe I tried the regular contact. But maximum strength contact. Boy, it's kind of like delivering for my lady. I didn't know I was sick at all, just felt perfect. When the nose would begin to run a little bit, well, I'd just take another dose. And I just kept doing that till the nose quit running. If it didn't run again, I stopped taking it. And I didn't get sick again for years. I mean, I used to get sick at least 2, 3 times a year with colds. And all of a sudden, I found my magic pill over the counter. Who'd have thought? But then, because of this tiny, tiny fraction of the population that was doing wrong with it, apparently I had something in it that they wanted, they went and changed the dang prescription. They changed the recipe, and it don't work. Maybe that's why I don't find it anywhere anymore at all, even in its new recipe, because it flat didn't work for me at all. And all I can say to that is, hey, give me back my maximum strength contact of the original recipe. There's other ways to deal with those idiots that are trying to do wrong with it. Why take away what works for me? And I'll bet you there's many, like the couple that got me on it. Hey, what are they using now, huh? I bet you there's many people around the world wishing they had that back or didn't know about it and wishing they could try it now. It's just one of those dumb decisions that dummies make. It wasn't us. It's people in the power went and did that. Well, they thought they were doing something right. It looked good. But it's just another one of those examples of where it does a hell of a lot more harm than it does good. So get that switch back around. That's a no-brainer. Let's see what else we want to talk about right now. There's other things I want to talk about, but I got to get some crap out of the way. Yeah, some of them boneheads. And I'm sorry if that angers you. I know you're watching, but that's it. You're being a bonehead. Like the one guy. Oh, you ain't got a job. Yeah, somewhere along the line there after that, I mentioned about having to stay home 24/7. I agreed to the hospital with that. It's the only way I was going to get my lady home. Oh, now you're using the hospital. She's not have a job, huh? Well, you bonehead. I'm still waiting on my freaking disability. I got over 50 grand coming when it comes. I got one messed up back. Now I got an even worse messed up neck. I recently had, always wondered what things are going to be like when I got older. Yeah, well, it paralyzed my hands in a weird sort of way. And that resulted in a case of day Crevaine's tenosynovitis. 11 months I was in a splint, couldn't use my right hand. And you bonehead jumped to a frickin' conclusion. Think you know what the hell you're talking about, and you don't. And along with that other guy. Oh, which one, right? Yeah. I've been meeting a few of them at least, well, more than that actually, but the other one. Oh, why don't you get out of here in all that time? Because it was your fellow uniforms in Linwood that started that problem. And Judge Moore, he cemented it in place. And you all know what I'm talking about, and you know I'm talking the damn truth. So before you say shit to me like that again, you better stop and think of what the hell you're talking about, because you're boneheads. Get that straight. You did wrong. I didn't do a damn thing wrong. Me and my lady ain't hurting nobody. They ain't done wrong to nobody. But look at the shit you're doing to a severely mentally disabled lady. Oh, you think you might be attacking me for your stupidity? But you're hurting her big time. I'm dealing with it. I had her in a real good place. She wasn't doing well, but I had her in a great freaking place. And my first call to help to the Mount Lake Terrace police, not only did you not do your job, you allowed the damage to continue, and she ended up in the hospital the next fucking day. Do I sound pissed? I got a great reason to be pissed. Think about it. Think about what you frickin' done. Serving an illegal eviction notice on top of it. And you seem to enjoy it, knowing you're going to throw a severely mentally disabled lady out in the damn street when it shouldn't be happening. Not at all. Everything these new owners have done has been illegal from the very freaking beginning. And it's all right there, like the bonehead that stood by and aided and abetted in the theft of our property, told him it was wrong, it was illegal. He didn't care. I want a lawyer right goddamn now. Even if I had a lawyer, there ain't no way I'm going to get him there before they take off my stuff and he's going to allow it. Telling me I don't live here. Telling management, you start evictions today, right today. Yeah, you bonehead. Been here twice since that day, at least, maybe 3 if I remember, but at least twice. And they said right in front of your ass, I saw you looking at him when he said it, we're taking everybody's stuff, everybody's. You've been here at least twice. And you didn't even open your fucking eyes. Ain't nobody else's stuff gone. It was just our stuff gone. Singled out against state law. Most everything these new owners done is against state law. And you bonehead, ignored our state rights. How are you going to get out of that shit? Y'all need to start going back to school and learning all the fucking laws you're supposed to fucking know. You're going to be a police officer and do your job the way you're supposed to damn well do it, then you better damn well know the law. Because you don't. Or you don't give a damn. I don't know which it is. I don't fucking care. You start doing your job the way you're supposed to goddamn do it. You start figuring out You're treating people that never did anybody any wrong the wrong damn way. I can't. Oh, I keep wanting to look at the picture, you know. It's like TV, right? You want to look at the TV. I got to look up here. You know, you get that anger and you forget what you're doing and see what happens when you get angry? You screw up. You screw the fuck up. I could have been on disability back in summer of 83. I was on work study when it happened. Yeah, working for the government at the damn time, earning my way to college. See, the only reason that situation happened was because the lady didn't have the key to the elevator. Now, if you're going to stack that kind of weight on a hand truck, you damn well better have everything ready. Because you don't do that till you're ready to move it. And there I was standing there. Last thing I heard from her was she was going to go look for the elevator key if she could find it. Well, how long is that going to be? Jeez. And I'm standing there with a stack of heavy-ass fucking boxes, 4 of them on a hand truck. I judged them at the time be about 100 pounds apiece. So there's about 400 pounds on a hand truck. Stood there a while with that. And all I kept thinking was, well, if I just go right out this door here, a little bit down from that, there's a flight of stairs. And at the top of that flight of stairs, there's just so many feet from the office this stuff is going. And I waited a little longer. Still no show. So I said, to hell with it. Who knows how long it's going to take to find a key that they don't know where it's at to begin with. Anyways, I made it up several stairs, you know. I figured, you know, well, it's on wheels. All I got to do is go one step at a time. Well, there's just a slight problem with that. I needed about another quarter inch, if that, on the width of the step. Because I got it up and I'd get it right on that damn corner, you know, get it right on the edge. And I couldn't get it over. If I tried to go straight back, I was going to fall back with it. I couldn't do that, you know. So I ended up, you know, I had to twist a little, just a little, you know, to pull that sucker over. I made it up for a few steps there. Forget exactly, you know, roughly maybe around a dozen or so, give or take, you know, maybe 10. But anyway, just say around a dozen. I was up a little ways there. And then I did it. Oh, yeah. I was in trouble. I knew right away. But I was stuck. I couldn't let go of the thing. It was going to fall. And I started looking. And everybody walking by, and they were just too small frame. I was looking for a big guy. I needed a big guy. And it wasn't no big guy. I watch. Yeah, I was waiting for that big guy. I needed a big guy. And finally, this one guy said, "Can I help you?" Well, I needed help. And I didn't think he'd realize how much weight I was dealing with. He wasn't a big guy. He's smaller than me even, you know, and I'm not a big guy. I always was stronger than I appeared, you know. There had been a few people make that mistake. You know, I always gave them every chance to get out of it, but, you know, push come to shove, you know. One guy thought he was going to pull a knife on me even. Yeah, well, he learned that was a mistake too. Oh, no, I didn't hurt him with the knife or anything. I just took it away from him. But the point is that, back in summer of 83, government could have been paying me since then. But I didn't want to hurt anybody, you know. I didn't want to get the lady in trouble. I thought it was just muscles at the time. It'll go away. I gave myself all kinds of excuses not to go to the ER. But the one excuse that usually popped up, it didn't come to my mind at the time, and all I can think now is it was in my mind. It might have been subconscious, but my paranoia needles. Boy, bottom line is, I didn't like going to doctors at all. Not at all. And dentist, oh, that was the worst. The needle in the mouth. Oh man, that was the scariest thing for me. Absolutely. Even to this day, I've done pretty well. Done pretty well. Went a lot of years without passing out. A lot of years, and well, it happened again. But yeah, it's one of those times where no matter how much I psych myself up to prepare for that needle, if something caught me off guard, oh, I was going down. That's all there was to it. That happened a few times, something unexpected. Well, this last time, after 11 months in the splint, said, because they wanted it to heal on its own. Well, I kept seeing signs where maybe it was and everything, so I kept letting that go. And I thought, well, God, how long is this really going to take? And then at one time I took it off, and God, I just about got my thumb to go all the way wide. I thought, all right, we're really showing some signs now, and I put that splint back on, and I kind of forgot about it. And then I went and took it off again a while later, and no, we went backwards. So I called the doctor and said, hey, we need to make an appointment. We got to try that shot that you were worried about the side effects on. Got to go for it. I got to take those risks. This ain't working by itself. So I go in there, and they got to shoot the cortisone, I believe is what it's called. But they had to get down by those tendons, Dacrovane's tenosynovitis. Also, a more technical name is radial styloid tenosynovitis. It's the tendons that operate the thumb. One painful damn thing, let me tell you. You do not want this. God, at first, when the paralyzing crap happened, well, there'd been a lot of stuff that led up to it. And it wasn't till everything all went away together, and I didn't realize everything was connected. I just, wasn't using my brain to realize that certain things were actually connected. But when that went away, and some other things went away, and the pain that I was getting, I'd get, maybe a handful of shots of pain in a whole day. So it wasn't like, really, really like a stiff neck that can't move your head, But all that disappeared at the same time. I reached in my neck the whole dang time, My neck caused what was going on. First sign of what things are going to be like as I got older. So now I got to worry, that I got maybe possibly being paralyzed in my future, all this. So I tried to get a second MRI. Oh, yeah, second. Yeah. I proved everything I said about 20 years ago with an MRI. That doctor, he pointed out everything's going on and all that. And about the last thing he said to me before I left was, when the doctor sees those pictures, he's going to believe everything you've been saying. So I took those pictures back to the doctor, who I already knew. He didn't exactly say it, but he sure showed it. That he thought I was just some addict trying to get whatever pills I could possibly get, I guess. I wouldn't have even known what to ask for. But, yeah, I told him I wouldn't even back his office. He came out to where I was standing at the front desk. And I told him what the specialist that he chose, he sent me to, said. And I said, he said, once you see these pictures, you're going to believe everything I've been telling you. Well, I wouldn't know what I was looking at. Turned his back on me and walked away. Never saw him again. Wasn't long after that, I just stopped dealing with doctors altogether. It was the first time I tried to actually get my back and neck looked at. The neck hit and run driver in '87 down in Phoenix. And it took several months for me to remember everything. You see, I'm looking at the picture. Oh, I love TV. What can I say? So Yeah, I should have. And this ties in with something, another belief I've had. I was always against that seatbelt law. I didn't feel it was right. Now I think we need to at least change it slightly. Okay, passengers, let's say, have to be seat belted, but that driver, actually, I believe the passengers have a right choice too. Because it comes down to how do you want to die. Me, if I'd been, and thank God I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. If I'd been seat belted into that blow, I'd have been totally crushed. I'd have been dead instantly. No doubt about it. Everybody saw the car, said, "How? You sure you don't want to go to the ER?" Again, I didn't go to the ER. Can you believe that? That lady police officer, she should have made sure I went to the ER. I already couldn't remember much in the way to tell her. The best I could do is I could remember something about a white Monte Carlo running the red light. But for all I knew, that was something I'd seen earlier in the night. Or I didn't know. I didn't know. Like I said, it took several months. The only piece that never came back to complete memory, I've got the basic numbers and letters, but was the license plate. And when I was watching that license plate, God, I was looking at the license plate, and all of a sudden, everything went black. Just black. I was like blind, right? And I'm like fighting it off. I want to see that license plate. I want to see that license plate, and I fight it off, and okay, I got the license plate again, and boom, everything goes black again, just black. And I go, oh man, come on, I got to see that license plate. I fight it off, and I see the license plate again, and I'm looking again, and everything goes black again. And 3 times I'm gonna went black trying to read that license plate. Now I know that the first 3 are numbers, and that the 2 on the outside add up to middle. And the middle is either an 8 or a 9, and the 2 outside numbers are either 3 and 5 or 4 and 5. Because I know it ain't 4 and 4; they were different, so that excludes that one. But those are the numbers. The letters are V, D, and T. Now, I don't think that's the right order. Who knows, maybe it is, but I remember I could make TV out of it, a VD out of it. What was the other? Oh, TD, touchdown. It's kind of a way to help me remember. But that exact order, I can't guarantee you. But those are the letters and those are the numbers. Now that pretty much narrows down the scope pretty good. That was 87, so maybe doesn't matter. But hey, hit and run's a hit and run. If you got that much information, maybe you can still find the person. Could have been a stolen car. I know there was 3 people in the front seat. They were Mexicans. Not that they're exclusively the only ones to steal cars or anything like that, but that just happened to be who it was. I got a good look at him. I couldn't give you a definitive, like I couldn't give an artist what he needs to draw the faces, but at any rate, that was the case. But how it started was I'm about to enter the intersection. In the corner of my eye, it caught movement. And I looked over, and I thought, well, that car's going pretty fast. And all of a sudden, it changed lanes to the center, which wasn't really a lane. But to get around, the car's already stopped at the red light. And, I knew we were about to be in trouble. And my first move, I really believe, is just society driven, hit the brake. Well, I lifted that foot off the gas and started to go for that brake, and something in my head screamed, no! And boom, I hit that gas. I realized what I was being told. This is going to be my only chance. My passenger, he's sitting up front with me. If I hit the brake, we're going to broadside him, probably send him through the windshield. I got Steering wheel I can hold on to if it don't hold on to me. But I realize it's a better move for the passenger. Now, we're going to get broadsided. And at the time, all I could do is just wait. I had to wait till he connected, and then I could flip off of him. It's my only chance. But they just kept coming straight. Kept coming straight. I'm watching them all the way. He just kept coming straight in my head. Now, I wasn't yelling. I didn't want the passenger to know that something was worrying me. But in my head, I'm going, turn, fucker, turn. Turn, fucker, turn. Turn, fucker, turn. And he wasn't turning. Wasn't turning. So the way it was going to be, let's see, can I show this? Let's see. So like if this is me, he's going to come in, he's going to hit here, is the way he was going. Well, there's no getting off of that. And I'm saying, oh, this ain't looking good at all, you know. But let me tell you, you keep calm. You stay calm. That's going to be the only thing going to have a chance to save you. You got to stay calm and wait and hope to hell something happens to give you a chance. What I was looking at wasn't going to give us any real chance. But don't give up. It ain't over yet, right? Don't give up. So finally, at that last, I'd already given up. I already thought he'd passed the point where I needed him to turn, and basically he actually had. But all of a sudden, boy, he cranked that wheel. I guess they got scared all of a sudden. But so that let's see, see this. Okay, so if he was coming here, now he's turning, and he comes into my door. Now it's got his corner, his front left corner. It's caving in my door, and I instantly hit that wheel. Now, my body pendulums, thank God, away from that blow. And in a situation like this, you want to stay totally relaxed. Just like, I can tell you about a couple other times, staying relaxed saved my fucking life. But stay relaxed. Now, in this case, keep that tight ass grip on the steering wheel, though. So maybe the rest of you's relaxed, but you keep that tight grip. Don't relax that. And by cranking that wheel, I got him out of my door. Of course, he pushed it in halfway already into the driver's seat. But got him out of the door. Now, then they say the vast majority of the power of an impact is absorbed in the first blow. I've heard that more than once. So this gives you an idea how much power came into that front door. Got him out of the door, and he stuck into the back passenger door. And he had so much power in that one, he still took that door jamb down like it was butter. So if that gives you any kind of idea how much power came into my door, and I got to look back up here. Is that God? I was pretty good about this in the beginning when I first started, but I keep wanting to watch the TV, I guess. I don't know. But and that spun us around really good. But that jerked the car, and that jerk sent me head on into the corner post. And my body starts to go for the windshield, and my head won't leave that corner post. And it's just been, I can't even show you how far over it's been. I mean, it's whoa. And then out the corner of my eye, it looks like only so much room, like that, between my shoulder and that windshield and my head. And mind you, I'm fighting that pressure. I'm holding on that steering wheel, fighting that pressure. And my head finally slipped off that thing so fast, I still went head straight on into the windshield, busted it. Well, if the first blow absorbed the most of the power, I still had enough to crack that windshield. Tells you how hard I hit that corner post. Um, and after that, we go, oh God, some people were trying to help, right? Don't do this, whatever you do. And I think you've heard this many times before. So why these people were doing this, I don't know. They were young kids, not young, teenagers, but they go and they're trying to help. And hey, nothing wrong with trying, but be careful how you go about it, because they got a hold of me and they're trying to jerk me out of the damn car. They have no idea what kind of injuries I've got, but they're literally jerking on it. I tell them, man, let me go. And they kept jerking and jerking. God, it took me a while to get them to let me go, just let me go. Damn, I don't even want to move at this point, I don't know what's all wrong yet. I'm still kind of delirious from the blow, All I know is let me go. Don't quit jerking on me, My God. So, anyways, I remember a little later I'm standing out there and I'd be rubbing my head, and I kept going. I'd be looking at where the hell's the water coming from? I'd feel my head be all wet, and I look at and it looked clear to me. So I'm going, where the hell's the water coming from? It didn't dawn on me for some time later that my head was bleeding. Didn't even think of that. Either, I don't know why, but apparently I couldn't distinguish the color red at the time. I guess that is effect of the blow. But, yeah. So ever since then, as big a variety of ways that my back can give me pain, the neck tops it by a big margin. I could spend days telling you all kinds of ways it affects, One of the first things I noticed right away was like with the back, it didn't like me standing. I remember when I first did it, oh, the pain was just incredible. Oh, it's freaking incredible. I walked with a limp. When I sat, I squirmed. But standing in one spot, oh man, you're talking about. I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. It's so extreme. But and this is at a period of time where we're just going into where you start getting your classes for the next term. So you got book lines, you've got the registration line. So you got all these lines you got to go stand in for various things. And oh man, I guess the pride in me. I didn't want to drop in front of all these people. I'd be embarrassed. I thought, it seemed like it would be embarrassing when really I should have let him take me to the ER the first time. You really should have done that. But I didn't, I didn't. Same with the accident. Well, I didn't know for my own good, Didn't know for my own good at either time. Really, like I said, first time I thought it was just muscles, But I knew I was kind of lying to myself. I felt that kind of weird movement. I didn't know what it was exactly, but I felt the movement in there. And then I felt the muscles twist around, And I've never felt them things undo. So to this day, even if I'm not technically feeling pain, I always feel tight in the lower back. Always feel tight. It just sort of never goes away. I've gotten used to it, It's kind of like second nature anymore. But it's still there. Still there. I'm never fully relaxed feeling. Never get there. Never get there. And now with the neck, and I got a freaking bonehead. Oh, you got a job. You bonehead. I'd have my disability now, except the judge is a bonehead. Anybody that uses something that ain't got a damn thing to do with your disability, and he's using that to tell you, no, I'm not going to give you a disability. When the something he's got is something he took out of context, and that ain't bad enough, then he twisted it around into something I never freaking said. I'm not even going to bother going into what that was, but bottom line, even if what he said was true, which it wasn't, well, it ain't got a damn thing to do with my disability. You can't deny me for something like that, even if it was true. Bonehead. Stop me if you hear anything I ain't said that's not true. Oh, yeah. He's the same guy when I told him, hey, man, every arrest has been a false arrest. You're a liar. You're a liar. And he fucking took off, didn't do his job, just like a few others, didn't do his job. We talked about the guy. When I discovered somebody, at the time, I was thinking, oh, they attempted to get in, didn't spot it right away. We'd gotten home from an appointment, and I'm out there having smoke, and all of a sudden I noticed my screen's off the window. Well, it doesn't register right away. I go to pick it up and put it back on, and when I'm picking them up, I realize, well, it's sitting on my one plant where they put it. Somebody purposely did that. This isn't something that fell down. This was set over to the side, up against the wall. Somebody took it and put it there. And I look at the window, and I see an area where it looks like, there might have been spider webs there before. So I thought, oh my God, somebody tried to break in. So at first, after my earlier experiences that just were a disaster in calling 911, I thought, nah, I don't want to call 911, Then I thought, my God, somebody's trying to break in. My lady's condition. I'm agreeing to stay home 24/7 with her. If I don't call 911, they're going to think I ain't doing what I need to do to take care of her. So I call 911, and the guy comes out. He didn't even take one fucking second to look at the goddamn window. He looks at the screens next door to us. Oh, they're in pristine condition, so he assumed, a worker did that. Well, there weren't no workers that day. And he kept insisting that a worker did this. What, some worker shows up late in the afternoon out of the blue just to move my screen? Because nothing else was done. He's trying to say, well, they're working on it. There's no work on here. Just somebody moved the screen. That's it. Nothing else has been done. So how bonehead can you get? So anyways, I had stopped, but, I didn't want to, in case they wanted fingerprint, I didn't want to touch anything. So I didn't go near the window after that. I just waited for them. Next day, I'm out there having a cigarette, and I thought about the plant that I had up against the building. It was right by the window there. I had staked it out, but the top kept falling over still, right? It was too weak. So I set it up there to kind of hold it up and let the sun pull it back, right? So I went to pull it away to see if it was, standing tall. And I realized my fucking plant's stuck in the goddamn window. Well, it wasn't just an attempt. Somebody actually opened the goddamn window. But that bonehead didn't even look. All he did is get on me. Hey, did you call the manager? It's after hours. There ain't no manager to call. Who am I supposed to call? Yes. Yeah, God, I could go on. I can. There's others, Yes. My God. The last half a dozen times I called 911 for the police to come out and help. Not one time did they. They all dropped the fucking ball every goddamn time. And I was right. You were wrong. Boneheads. Serve and protect. You ain't doing that. You ain't even trying to do that. There's a few I can trust. You that I've been talking about, you ain't them. Can't trust you. And all your stupidity, you're working real wonders for my fucking lady here. I got to go back in and explain to her, but her disorder wants to twist that all around into weird shit and sets her off. And I got to deal with that. And on and on and on. Like I said, I had her in a good place. And she's in a sad place now. A really sad place. Sad, SAD, schizoaffective disorder. That's really sad. People supposed to be there to help you. Ain't there to help you. Could that be why every place I've gone for help in all kinds of directions, roadblock, everything, I haven't been able to get one set of eyes to actually look at the problem going on here, all the criminal activity by these new owners. It's clear. All you got to do is come and look. Look at the freaking work they're doing. State law says 120-day vacate notice. They gave 20. Then he turned around and gave my lady 14. Of course, that was done in an illegal way too, but it still vacates that other 20, which is illegal too, because it ain't 120. And state law that I have found also says, considering this type of work and everything involved, and the fact that on one website they're trying to pawn them off as condos, yet on another website, I should say more than one website, and I stumbled across it. I was looking for something else, and up popped there's a couple websites that got, A2 and 5, and right up over here, C20, and down at the end, C13, as condos. Now, another neighbor found a website where they're being advertised as apartments at more than double the rent, and a lot of really nice pictures too. Nice looking apartments. Ain't none of them here. I don't know where those pictures come from. The only real picture of here has been one of the front entrance out there with the sign. That's it. There ain't been no real pictures of Greenview Apartments in those websites. So it's pretty clear to me, as soon as they get enough money together, they're gone. And the people stuck here are fucked. But you guys want to allow this criminal activity to continue, you keep protecting them, people are going to be asking you, why are you protecting them instead of the people here at Greenview Apartments that need the freaking help? We're the ones being done wrong. We're not doing it wrong. Oh yeah, the guy, get this one. This just, oh man. The contractor, the head contractor for all the inside remodeling, at one point, I spotted something out by the dumpsters. In the history of this apartment complex, and I'm sure this is true with pretty much any place, if you have something that you're getting rid of, but maybe it still works, maybe someone else can use it, maybe you don't know who, well, you just set it out by the dumpster. You don't throw it in the dumpster, you just set it out by the dumpster. And if it's something somebody can use, well, they'll go get it, And that's what I was doing. I've showed before in an earlier video where the rails my lady sleeps on, her disorder keeps her torturing herself. Well, I saw something that had been real comfortable for her. Real comfortable. You're up here, yeah. Real comfortable for her. And so I dragged it away from the dumpster. And this contractor goes, "Oh, you're a thief." It's at the dumpster. "Oh, maybe they were just storing it there." Bonehead. It's at the dumpster. They ain't storing it there. And another person that's lived here longer than I have, he can verify that stuff has just been sitting at the bottom of the cabana in some room down there. I never been down there. I take his word for it. He's been here longer than I have. He says it's just been sitting down there unused for like 20 years. So, anyways, the other day, after our illegal eviction notice was given that we've got till next Wednesday, the manager at one point, oh, yeah, let's start all over here. The other morning, let's start with the morning of that day. Water was shut off. No notice. Now, I know law says technically 2-day notice, but I understand emergencies. I do. And in the beginning, when they kept running across these things, they would give us a notice, a warning that, hey, we need to shut the water off. Oh, okay, fine. I understand that. And it became a daily thing. But then it got to the point they didn't even give us a warning. So I would, if I felt it would help to know. I didn't do it every time. It didn't matter some days. It didn't make a difference. But some days it's like, no, when's the water coming back on, right? So I'd go back around there, and I didn't know who to ask the first time. So I was asking everybody kind of. And finally, I got the answer I needed. So whenever it'd be shut off and we didn't get any notice, well, I would, try and find out if I felt I needed to know, if it mattered. So this other day, I could just start and talk about water shut off. Okay, fine. They found another leak. They still won't look at the broken drain pipe directly underneath our apartment. They refuse to. Maybe it's like the first owners. They were telling flat out lies, easily provable lies. So it was pretty obvious they didn't want anybody to know about it because they were trying to sell the place. Oh, by the way, we were supposed to get a 90-day notice of the sale. Never got that. So anyways, guys, straight up now you're trying to get back here. Anyways, so I'd gone around there and I was looking. Boy, there's nobody in sight, I saw one door right away that was open and see lights on. I was I didn't stick my head in the door. I was still so many feet away. I was just trying to see if I could spot anybody. I didn't see anybody. So I go on about halfway down. Oh, there's people working up above in a room. I can hear them. That's probably where the plumber's at. But I didn't go up there. I just went back to my side. I figure I can find out later when maybe I can catch them when they're out. But, well, my lady had to go to the bathroom. I couldn't wait. And so one thing led another. And I got a pot and was getting water to fill the toilet so I could flush it. And, well, it took, several or more trips. And on one of these trips, all of a sudden, here's the manager standing out here. He goes, "I'm warning you now, you stay away from our construction." What are you talking about? I ain't go near your construction. I was on the sidewalk the whole time. He said, "Well, I'm just warning you, stay away." I ain't go near your construction, dumbass. So, anyways, he commented, "Well, I'm gonna be real glad when you're gone on Monday." Monday? Dumb. We ain't got till Wednesday. But anyways, a little later in the day, that contractor that called me a thief, yeah, he said the same damn thing. Oh, I remember. How that came about. I was watering the lawn. Oh, and this sets up another thing too, by the way. Now, I stretched the hose out as far as I could, and I watered a lot, as much as I could reach. Because all they water is this little spot of ground out here. They don't water nothing else. So I'm out there trying to water a section that I know hasn't been watered in a very long time. I'm surprised the plants are still growing. So I'm out there watering that, and I water all this side of the building, around the side, and the other side here, side of the mailboxes. I got as far down as I could this other building. I went over this way. I watered a lot. Nothing better to do, And so it ends up, they tape off the other side. They did that first. They did that before I even started watering. So between the buildings is taped off. You can't walk between the buildings now. They're calling that the whole construction zone. Well, all the construction's inside. There ain't no outside construction. There's no reason for this yellow tape. It's just singling us out. That's all. And I know it's a little petty thing. I understand that, but it still points to what we're talking about. So after I was done watering and everything, late in the day, they come and start taping off areas out here. Oh, they didn't tape off our specific area, but then they stick a sign on the faucet, not for residents' use or something to that effect, saying we couldn't use it. Well, there's no signs on anybody else's faucets singled out. I can tell you several ways they've singled me and my lady out. Now, in this case, they're really attacking me. But hey, it affects my lady too. If she wants to go out and water her plants, she likes her plants watered. Well, what, she's not allowed to? Everyone else is allowed to. The handles, they took them off long ago. I got to use pliers to go turn the water on and off, Singling out, So, anyways, I happened to be talking to a neighbor. And I wasn't even talking specifically about the construction guy. He just sort of slipped into the conversation, I was telling her what the manager said, and I said, oh, yeah, that's good. He said that too, oh, yeah, I was getting to that. I strayed away. While I was watering, a guy showed up, and he was talking on the phone. He was just close enough. I could hear him say C. But I got the idea he didn't know where C was. So I asked him, you looking for a particular building? Something to that effect, anyways. He goes, yeah, I'm looking for C building. Oh, you're standing right next to it. And then one thing led to another. He said he was the electrician, going to do this and that. And I said, well, I'd like to know, these buildings are garbage. They're just painting over garbage, trying to sell garbage. There's a broken drain pipe right underneath our apartment. And I was telling him all about that. And all of a sudden, that construction guy, the head construction contractor, that's the word I'm looking for, contractor, he comes running over. I told you not to talk to my contractors. Well, hell, I know he's his contractor. I don't know the guy, I don't know where he comes from. It's the first I've ever met him. There's no way in hell I know he's his contractor. And what the hell? I got right of freedom of speech anyways. I can talk to whoever I want. Wait, is he in on it too? Is he trying to keep me from telling the truth about the situation? Sounds like it to me. So anyways, that's where I get the other neighbor came in and I was telling him about the manager. And, oh, yeah, the construction guy said that too. Oh, he did? Oh, yeah, hell, he called me a thief before too. And that's all I really said about it. So I was in here, and I was actually writing a letter to Governor Inslee at the time. And I was on my last sentence. and I hear this noise out my window. Well, the workers ain't been over here, so I go out and I look, and there he is. He's already setting one hose down. He cuts, looks up at me, and reaches down and slices the other hose. Now, keep you talking shit about me. I didn't talk shit about him. I just said what he said. That ain't talking shit. If I was talking shit, I'd talk about what a bonehead he is. And that ain't even shit either, because he is a bonehead. So he just started, he goes, and you stare at my young daughter again. What are you talking about? I ain't even know what your daughter looks like. I ever seen her before. Oh, you staring at her. Oh, apparently, I guess that must have been that one that had the door open, but I didn't see anybody. So I still don't know what she looks like. What's that matter? Doesn't matter. The point is, I never saw anybody. I wasn't staring at anybody. You have to see somebody to stare at them. So, anyways, here it is clearly criminal activity. So I call 911. Oh, by the way, those hoses weren't even mine. I was just using them. You know, he cut up a neighbor's hose. The neighbor he's been flirting with. Well, if he's got a daughter, well, I guess he could be a single parent, but God, if he's married and his wife finds out, whoa, huh? Wouldn't that be bad for him? Maybe he's just single parent, though. Who knows? But you sure got the hots for this gal over here, let me tell you. But anyways, cop comes, and bottom line, he didn't do his job. Even if they ain't my hoses, he thought they were. That's criminal. Intent was to do criminal. Intent was to land himself in jail. Cop didn't do his job. Didn't do his job. And then he turns around, tells me, now you got to stop causing trouble. Stop trying to start a fight. What a bonehead. With this freaking neck, I could end up totally paralyzed. I ain't starting no fights. I ain't even trying to start trouble. They're doing all the trouble. They're the criminals.
What? Come on.
And there's my lady. She's waking up. So anyways,
Your big mouth going.
Maybe we should take this outside. I ain't quite done yet. Come on, Buffy, you can come too. Buffy can get some air. Do you want to come out too? That's usual. If I come out, she's going to come out, and then I go back in to try and do this, you know. So, not unusual, though. It's what I deal with. So, let's see. What shall we talk about next? You all right? Come on.
All right. Whoa.
Okay. You want to say hi?
Okay.
Say hi to the world.
Hi, yes, hi. I don't know.
Okay.
Who's on there?
Oh, I can guess some of the people that are on here for sure. Oh, maybe Isaiah's on there. You on there, Isaiah? Howdy, howdy.
Who's Isaiah?
Oh, he's the young guy over here. He was the first one to subscribe. Whoops. Sorry about that. I noticed my screen's dusty. So anyways, let's see. Let's talk about what a simple plan I have to turn this around. I mean, I found, see my fingers, three laws that solves all my problems. It's Sunday, yeah, it's Sunday, yeah.
My appointment tomorrow.
1 o'clock. Yeah. So, anyways, oh, there, that looks better. Think.
How are we gonna get there? No, right.
Don't worry about it, baby. We'll get there, like I told you before.
Bobby.
Yeah, I know. We got this. God, I'm trying to find a place where I can see without the sunlight interfering. Well, that's kind of a mix right there. Anyhow, let's see. What did I start to talk about? I forget now. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Oh, the simple plan. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's so simple. Like a snap of the fingers, boom, like magic, instantly. Instantly, this law allows this to happen. Turns all this crap around, all the fucking wrongdoing that seems to be getting a lot of support from people that should be recognizing the wrongdoing. And I've already written a letter to the mayor, to the governor, and to the president. The one I haven't written to, because there's 4, let's see, can you see the numbers? Let's do it this way. 4 people that can give this very simple little order. 4 people. And right now, I don't care who gets here first. They'll be the happiest ones. I guarantee I'll make them real happy. Hey, if all 4 show up at the same time, I'll make them all happy. I don't care. But whatever situation, whatever number that they gets here first, they're going to be the happy ones. I can guarantee you that. I got it. See that? Yeah, because the first thing I'm going to do is make sure she's well taken care of. I mean, I can settle this right out of court with whoever gets here first, huh?
Who's taking care of?
I'm going to make sure you're well taken care of.
What do you need?
One thing I'm going to need, I need a doctor that is not tied to federal aid of any kind. I don't want him paranoid that he can't do anything because the federal government's going to come down on him. So no ties to any kind of federal funds. And 3 nurses. 3. She's going to have a nurse around the clock. That's a definite.
Let me get by right. Okay.
And I've got the paperwork that says from a doctor what she needs to be on, so the doctor will be able to prescribe it. So we'll have her not living in hell anymore. Oh, Jesus.
What's going on here?
Well, you can't leave the door open like that. Let's see. Oh, well, I'll probably, I know there's a few other things. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. Just minor stuff. Nothing really big. It's just more minor kind of stuff right now that I want to make sure is taken care of. But there is going to be one stipulation, and it has to do with the order you give. And I'll talk to whoever when they get here. Because I'm not giving it up until I got it in writing. So bring a lawyer. Make sure you got a lot of that legal paper. Matter of fact, make sure you got a legal paper already ready. I need a durable power of attorney. The one where it's written in, I can put her name onto property. And we're going to do it like this. She'll get 48%. I'm going to get to 52%. And I'm only doing that because I want to make sure I can control things so that in case her disorder erupts, I've only got 1 day to go by on medicine. So, we have to see how it does in the longer run, but it looked really damn promising to me. I mean, not one sign of disorder all day. So, but we still gotta, I would just go 50-50, but who knows what the disorder is going to do if they have any kind of say-so on that. But she'll get to 48, and I'm gonna have 52, and that way we ain't got to worry about it. So all the right decisions get made instead of really bad ones. That's all she does, make bad decisions.
I make bad decisions.
Well, you know you do. You've even said it yourself at times. Your disorder does. Not you, Terry. The disorder makes the bad decisions. But at any rate, you see where I'm getting at? My biggest concern is her. Always has been. Everything I do is for her. Any good that goes to the world, well, I'm happy for that, but that's not what I set out to accomplish. I set out to accomplish getting her well. I mean, the mental health research center, that's all it was in the beginning, just a mental health research center. I wanted to build to find a better cure or fix or something better, make her life a hell of a lot more enjoyable and stop her from living in hell every single day of her life. And if we can find that, look how many other people are living in hell. And I'm willing to bet you there's not many people that really know what their disorder is. She was diagnosed in the beginning. That's why we need to get to Social Security, because it ain't her fault she was misdiagnosed. If she was diagnosed correctly, I know for a fact she'd be on full disability. So we need to go and get that fixed. And it seems perfectly right to me that she should deserve that difference between SSI and full disability from the time they put her on SSI. Because it is not her fault she was misdiagnosed, and she deserves that. So that's all her money there. And she's got a right to it. And yeah, I'm getting my disability. Guarantee. I didn't talk for myself too much the first couple times I saw a judge. I never was really a talker. I've been learning the hard way. So, but that's too far away yet. That's the problem with that. It's still too far away. That process is. There's a process that is absolutely geared to just throwing disabled people into the street, because that's all it does. Trying to get help from the state. Oh, yeah, they'll give you a little bit of money. It won't cover your rent. So if you go out and make up the difference to cover your rent, and the next time you got to go in there, it's like, every 6 months, I think it is. And they'll ask you, well, how'd you make the difference up for your rent? And you tell them. And if you're doing it one way, well, they take so much off of it they were giving you. Which means next time you got to go out and get more money to cover the rent. And in the next 6 months, they ask you again. Well, yeah, I had to go out and get more money, Well, then they take more money away from you that they're trying to give you. And you got to go out and take more money. Not take, excuse me, to get more money, to pay the rent. It's an idiotic cycle, So I just, last time I was offered it, and I said, no, it's a ridiculous thing. It's just absolutely a ridiculous thing. You should be covering the rent at least, plus something that they can live on. My God, that only makes perfect sense. To not, you're throwing them out in the street. That's what you're doing. Most of the disabled people out on the street are probably there for that very reason. Goes on and on and on, don't it? Yeah. How much stupidity there is. Yeah, so when a law is made, you really, really, really got to look at it very, very carefully. It may, oh man, look, we'll solve this problem with this law. Yeah, let's put it in the books. Yeah. That, oh yeah, we can do great good with that. But if you overlook something, you're going to end up doing a hell of a lot more harm than you're going to do good. And that makes it a very, very bad law. And any laws doing that need to be taken off the books. Now, where do we go to from there? Let's go back to that simple little plan. I mean, God, it's so simple. It really is. You know, and it occurred to me, if the president were to win this race, he could solve all my damn problems. That just occurred to me, a little bit ago. Just today. I never even thought of that. But yeah, he could actually solve all the problems himself. Yeah. I'm giving that some thought. Thinking how I can deal with him on that, maybe. But like I said, I don't care who gets here first. And again, if they come in a group, I don't care. I'll deal with all of them. But whoever gets here first, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, they're going to be the happiest. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Now, I've always been open to talk. Always. Hell, I threw those numbers out there to get the attention that the problem deserved. Because it was a horrific freaking problem. You got a lady here suffering from the most evil thing there is in this world. And you boneheads going to do the damn worst fucking thing you could possibly do to her. She's the true victim. Me, I'm the collateral damage. I called for help for her. 5 freaking good reasons to get her to the hospital. How can you ignore that? Modern day witch hunt. Because some chief of police went and shot his wife and himself. Everybody went off the deep end. And they started looking for domestic violence only. I don't know. I get the idea that there was some kind of a reward offered to the officers that get the most domestic violence cases, solved, right? Well, I can kind of grasp a little bit why someone might offer something like that, but look at the fucking result. They're after the money now. And we're still suffering from it. This is back, let's see, what was that date? 4/20/2003, I do believe is the exact date of the incident. I might be a little off. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. So we're talking over 16 years, and we're still suffering from the effects of it. All the poison is still in my record. Yeah, guess what that means? No statute of limitations, because that poison's still in my record, and as long as it's in my record, there ain't no statute of limitations even started yet. And by the way, there's a couple more things I discovered in that record that I don't ever recall going in front of a judge for. I've never signed anything, at least not knowingly, I can guarantee you that. I've never signed anything that I agreed to that had anything to do with the word assault. All of a sudden, I didn't spot it when I first got it, but because I was looking for something else, All of a sudden, I was looking at it, and I was going over it, and well, what the hell is that? That ain't supposed to be there. What the hell? Now, the other one, I don't even know what it is exactly. I mean, I scratched my head on that one, and it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much nothing anyways. I mean, it shouldn't be there, I don't think. I don't know why it's there, how it got there. But I've never been found guilty of any assault. Yet there's this other assault in there. Oh, yeah, the original one, yeah, they put a little amendment on it. But hey, that's the poisonous tree, and all this other shit stems from it. It's all poison. None of it should be there. So what the hell is it still doing in my record? Especially when I got people in the system that know. Like my own freaking public defenders. Everyone likes to giggle and say public pretenders. But hey, guess what? They are fucking public pretenders. I tried to get this taken care of when I first found out, but the one guy, he, God, I was just talking to him, and I told him how well you said it was a good deal, and I didn't even know I'd said anything wrong. I was still trying to talk, and he interrupts me, jumps up, and he's going great. Oh, I never said that. I wouldn't say that. What? Why is this guy going bunko over something anybody would expect any lawyer would probably say? Oh, it's a good deal. I bet lawyers say that every damn day. Why is he going so nuts about it? And then the other guy, I talked to him. Yeah, he's the one that called the office, and because it was like he wasn't even believing me. He's my own public pretender, and he's not like believing what I'm saying. So he calls up the clerk, I guess, and he started saying, finding out just what is, I found guilty of stuff. And the lady tells him exactly what I said, that it was this bullshit lie. And he goes, well, could you check the hard copy? Oh, really? That's what they call it, huh? I didn't know that. So, yeah, when it comes to those other two, I'd sure love to see the hard copy. I tell you. And if it's got my signature on it, then somebody handed me the wrong paper to sign. And then you better look at the text of the court hearing. Hell, get the tape. Because there ain't going to be anything in there saying I'm pleading guilty of assault. It'll be a clear thing. They handed me the wrong paper. It could have been an accident. Could have been on purpose. After they discovered what they've done the first time, maybe they're planting more poisonous trees. But as far as I'm concerned, that's the second poisonous tree. For sure. Absolutely. It just keeps going on, don't it? On and on and on. But more and more people are watching the videos. I know that. I don't know. Maybe it's my old style laptop got a glitch. But my numbers haven't changed in a while. But I found a way that it shows me the true numbers anyways. Oh yeah, when it goes back the other way, it goes straight back to those stuck numbers. But I can find out how many. Besides, I already knew from the other day when I was watching it with other people. And the neighbor just showed me how it was different numbers on her phone. She thought that was weird. And well, as long as I can see the true number, I don't give a damn. I know what the truth is. So, anyhow, it's you guys got to figure out what the truth is. And the truth is, it's pretty clear to me. I met that one owner. I don't know if he's the only owner or one of the owners, but boy, he exuded this. Just exuded it. I mean, he's the one that gave me the idea. But I'm pretty damn sure there's mafia money involved here. And when those guys find out what these new owners and this new manager have bungled them into, boy, I sure wouldn't want to be them, because this is a big-ass money pit for them. That's one big money pit. But it's quite obvious they're just trying to paint over garbage. They don't care about doing right by the people. So, as soon as they got enough money, they're going to split, and the people left here are going to be screwed. And it looks very much like people are allowing it to happen. And that just boggles my mind. Totally. And rest assured, I bet there's people across the world looking now. One guy that I know, he's foreigner. And I bet he's got a lot of contacts around the world, and he's got it, and I'm sure he's sending it around the world now. Or already has, actually. I mean, it's been some little time on that one. So the world's going to know. It keeps crossing my mind. What's Mr. Putin going to do when he finds out? I bet he's going to laugh his ass off. Just laugh. I mean, he ain't going to do anything other than maybe make sure the news gets a hold of it for sure. But I just picture that guy just laughing like hell. It's going to be a Big ass joke for him. I mean, he ain't going to cause any trouble or anything like that over it, other than putting it in the news, maybe. I'm sure he's going to make sure the world knows if it ain't already on the news by then. But one way or another, it'll get on the news. Hell, I think I got enough now. I can call the news back, and I'll get them out here for sure this time. They may, I don't know what bug was put in their ear as to why they didn't come out here. But yeah, I think that's going to change now. There's too many people seeing these things now. I did my best to make sure of that. So keep in mind, like I said before, I've always been willing to talk to you. I had no idea you guys are going to go off the fucking deep end over my lawsuit. I really didn't. I just saw you taking your stride. Usually people work out deals. I was ready to do that. I just fully expected someone to come talk to me. I was totally surprised no one did. Really, totally surprised. So now we're at a point where, like I said, whoever gets there first is going to be really the happiest. And maybe I won't be so happy with the others. But like I said, if you all four end up in a tie, hell, I'll deal with all you. No problem. No problem. And that'll leave me with the culprits that started all this, Linwood. Yeah, too bad Linwood can't get in this race, but they ain't got the power to pull this one off. Yeah, the law is a little specific, but boy, it's simple. It's simple as hell. Like I said, boom, snap of the finger, done. All you gotta do is give the order. That's it. It's done. And a whole lot of old and handicapped and others, kids, of course, because hell, they show complete signs they don't want kids, they don't want the elderly, they don't want the handicapped. The parking curbs, well, they put them in a place where there's no way a wheelchair or someone with a walker can get by. They're totally dependent on the fact that two cars would have to be parked far enough apart that they could get between them. Well, can't rely on that. That's illegal. And a lot of you cops been out here, you've seen these parking blocks, and you were blind, totally blind. Because it's right there. You can look yourself. Hell, you can go down to the sand building. You can look through to the other building on the other side. Tell me that ain't worthy of the 120-day vacate notice that state law says for that type of work. Because that's exactly the type of work it says. So, hey, you guys are the one that are fucking up. It ain't me. And I guarantee you, our deadline's Wednesday at 6:01 a.m. I would say get here now. Because as far as Judge Moore goes, the best thing he could do is resign now. If he resigned now and admit what? You're going to have to, baby. I'm in the middle of this, baby. What? What?
I need you in here.
Okay, well then let me finish and I'll be right in here. Okay, I'm just about done. So Judge Moore, if he resigns now, admits to what he's done, makes it public, that'd be the best thing he could do. Best thing. Guarantee you. When I get my mental health research, actually, I've gone way beyond, the hospital and turning it into the school as well. And then I'm going to add all kinds of things to make the patients' lives as normal as possible. Horseback riding, bowling, I mean, you name it. I'm going to have restaurants coming in and they're going to donate a store to my facility. And I think they're going to be glad to do it. I'm going to want most of them anyways. The McDonald's, of course, Taco Bell, Wendy's, how about Red Lobster, the Outback. You see what I'm getting at. I, it's going to end up being a city, is what it's going to be. A research city is what it's going to be. The patients and people who work there, they can go to all these places. Don't worry about the money. These places are there for you, for dinner, for activity. It's all going to be, you ain't got to worry about $1. Not $1. Visitors, on the other hand, well, maybe. But I'm going to build something, and I'm going to bring an Olympic to it. Yeah, I'm going to get all those arenas and everything. I'm going to be doing that, you betcha. One way or another. And hey, I think the world will want to get in on that. If you guys want to stretch it out, fine. I think the world will start pouring in funds to help me build that. So make up your mind. You want on the good side? You want to stay on the bad side? It's up to you. There's plenty of witnesses now that have seen these videos, so everybody knows what's going on. You keep hiding now, not come here, they're going to know. So don't expect to have your positions next time it comes up, if you stay away anyways. Look at the first one he gets here. God, the mayor. She comes and do this first. Boy, she could be the first lady president, and not just that, the first Asian lady president. Wouldn't that be cool, huh? Well, we'll see. We'll see. See what happens. Yes, indeed. Well, been a fun talk. Y'all have a good day. Oh, whoops, I didn't want to do it. There's what I'm doing.